Over time, our muscle mass decreases. And this is the most important key sign of aging. Muscle loss begins after 30, and you will lose 10% of your muscles every decade. You might not feel it immediately, but soon you notice the snowball effects. Wrinkles, strength decline, increased belly fat and weight gain, reduced physical endurance, and slowed brain function. These hallmarks of aging are primarily caused by the accumulation of muscle loss. Preserving your muscles is not only crucial for your well-being, but it also halves your risk of all-cause death compared to those with poor muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia.
Wow, you just said people lose 10% of their muscle mass every decade after 30. That's huge. I mean, why does our body start losing muscle in the first place? Muscle is so essential. Why would nature even allow that?
There is no simple answer. It involves a combination of hormonal changes, cell repair decline, and energy system depletion. After 30, the hormone testosterone begins to decline significantly, and testosterone is crucial for muscle preservation. Meanwhile, satellite cells responsible for muscle repair decrease over time. From an evolutionary standpoint, maintenance is heavily invested during our reproductive window, since our ancestors rarely lived past 40. Fascinating, right?
Hold on. Preserving muscle mass cuts all-cause death risk in half, but we still lose 10% every decade? Can we really stop or even reverse this decline?
The short answer is yes. You can largely stop muscle loss and preserve 90 to 95% of your muscle mass. And now, I'm going to tell you how. The first and most important factor to preserve muscle is exercise. A sedentary person loses 10% of muscle per decade, whereas someone who exercises regularly loses only 2%, an 80% reduction in muscle loss. That's huge.
And you mentioned that regular exercise can shrink muscle loss from 10% to just 2% per decade. Wow. But is any exercise enough, or do we need a specific regimen? What exactly, and for how long?
To stop and even reverse sarcopenia, you need a specific resistance training regimen. 3 sessions per week, targeting all major muscle groups, sustained for at least 3 months to see meaningful gains. Lift at least 60% of your maximum effort, gradually increasing the load. Squats load the quadriceps, gluteus maximus, and hamstrings at about 90% effort. Pull-ups, bench press, and push-ups are also highly effective, and you can do them at home without a gym.
Nice, resistance training lights the spark, but without fuel, the engine stalls. So what's the second pillar of muscle maintenance and growth? What should we eat, in what amounts, and what do the studies say?
The second pillar for muscle maintenance is protein. Aim for roughly 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, or the same number in pounds. This requirement is lower for sedentary individuals. Chicken breast provides 31 grams of protein per 100 grams. Cooked lentils, beans, and chickpeas provide about 8 to 9 grams per 100 grams. And 1 egg provides 13 grams, though eggs usually weigh less than 100 grams. Delicious and practical.
Okay, we've talked about the engine, resistance training, and the fuel, protein, but even the best cars need maintenance. What's the single most evidence-backed tip for muscle preservation when it comes to recovery, and how strong is the data?
The third top tip is to prioritize sleep, aiming for 7 to 8 hours nightly. Sleeping less than 6 hours per night increases muscle loss nearly 3-fold. Deep sleep releases growth hormone, essential for muscle formation, whereas poor sleep raises cortisol, leading to muscle breakdown. So important.
You just blew my mind saying that skimping on sleep triples muscle loss because of high cortisol. Yikes! If life gets crazy and I can't hit 8 hours, is there a quick anti-stress hack that still protects my muscles?
When you can't hit 8 hours, try quick anti-stress hacks. 4-7-8 breathing for 5 minutes. 4-second inhale, 7-second hold, 8-second exhale, which reduces cortisol by 18%. Mindfulness meditation, which lowers stress by about 25%. And a brisk 10-minute walk, which boosts serotonin, lowering cortisol by 15%, all while preserving mitochondrial enzyme activity in muscle.
We've seen how breathing drills, meditation, and brisk walks can cut cortisol by up to 30%. So beyond these lifestyle fixes, which supplements deliver the best muscle protective effect?
Regarding supplements, vitamin D and omega-3 help quell inflammation and boost anabolic signaling. Creatine supplementation, at least 5 grams daily of creatine monohydrate, amplifies muscle growth by increasing phosphocreatine stores, speeding ATP regeneration, and supporting higher training intensity, netting about 1.3 kilograms more muscle in a few months, according to meta-analyses.
Okay, with smart training, protein, sleep, breathing, and creatine in play, is there an age where the door slams shut, or can even a 90-year-old still build new muscle?
Talk about results. It's never too late. In a 12-week resistance training study of 90 to 96-year-olds, participants gained 1.0 kilograms of lean thigh muscle and improved leg power by 22%. Although satellite cells are fewer in advanced age, they still activate with adequate mechanical tension and protein. Motivational tone. Never too late to build muscle. Let's go.